and go. Okay. Hi! I'm gonna make this really brief because the interview this week went pretty long. This is what I get for procrastinating, but... Hello friends, welcome to the end of week 3. It is the beginning of week 4, this is my week. And this week was kind of really nothing. I was recovering a lot from Arizona the weekend prior, which quite honestly drained me. I ended up leaving that tournament with plantar fasciitis, and I know I mispronounced it, puppies. I'm not going to mispronounce it here. And yeah, so the week was kind of just dismal, just me catching up on work that I didn't do all weekend. And then, for the first time ever, I enjoyed picnic day. For those of you who don't know, my freshman year, I just thought I was above it. You know, I didn't want to deal with that kind of shenanigans. Those kinds of shenanigans. So I stayed in like a lame butt. And then for the past 2 years, I've been working at the market. So, this year, I asked for time off, got it, and here I am. There I was. It was the highlight of my college weekends thus far this quarter. I don't know if I can compare them against everything, but it was definitely a highlight. It was a phenomenal 3 days, considering that we started Friday and ended. Today's Tuesday. Megan, I only saw you off yesterday at 8 a.m. That's a lot of time. But it was. I'm not gonna say it was perfect, but it was phenomenal and it was amazing. And to those of you I spent it with, thank you for just making it so great. Such a great experience. Honestly, there's a part of me that wishes I had maybe enjoyed it the years prior, but I can't change that now. And so I had a great weekend. Michael, Belle, Megan, thank you. Thank you for helping me make this what it was. It was great. It was great. It was stupid. It was great. That was it, really. I mean, I also saw my puppies on picnic day. Thank you, guys. That was quite a trek out there to East Davis, but it was worth. And I think this is more on me right now for procrastinating, because I'm just going to address this now. I donated blood today, and today, happy birthday, Megan. I still have this, which was offered to me at the end of that night. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday month. I don't think I've cried in front of so many people at one time. So, this weekend, we don't pull out, we pull through. That's it. Perfect timing. Alright, so my speaker for this week is going to introduce himself in a minute, and thank you for wasting your time with me. It's my week. It's week 4. So, I will see you next week. Bye, guys. I wish my selfie stick button worked, but it doesn't. Alright. This is my friend. His name is
Ambrose.
Alright. He is,
I'm a second-year chemical engineer.
There we go.
And a cripple.
And a cripple. just for now. A temporary cripple. Yeah. Temporary cripple. Alright. How did we meet?
We met Frisbee.
Frisbee?
More or less, because I wasn't there for recruitment. I don't even know if you were there for recruitment. I came out the second practice because I didn't know we had the first practice on Tuesday. So I came out on Thursday. And that's where we met.
First impression.
First impression.
We've done this like 3 times.
Yes, we have. But, I mean, first impressions, I don't know, I thought you were pretty chill. Didn't really see you. I mean, I kind of saw you becoming captain because I thought you were really into the game.
Mm.
But at the same time, like, it was more like you had a lot of experience outside of just Frisbee. I felt like you were the kind of guy who's really committed to something, but at the same time, you're really chill. Like, you know how to separate your time so that you can be committed to it, but at the same time, you can have, like, fun elsewhere. And I think that's pretty important.
I wish I had free time, but yeah, fun.
I mean, you're a 4th year now. That's a little different. You have research to take care of.
That's true. My first impression swings the other way. I did not think that you were going to stay out.
I mean, I just thought you'd signed up that you were going to be interested in the sport, maybe that you wanted to play, but not necessarily that you're going to be as dedicated as you are now, which I super, super appreciate. I mean, you came out to Arizona 13 hours there and back with your bum knee, knowing you weren't going to play, and that takes a lot of dedication. So, very glad that impression went south, went the wrong way. Favorite memory of ours?
Favorite memory of ours? I don't know. You kind of helped me through a rough patch earlier this year, or mid-year. That was pretty nice. I really appreciated that. You took time out. You were late once, but then again, you were late to your class like 3 times, just for me.
Lab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was... No, I really appreciated that. You helped me get through a rough patch, and yeah, helped me grow as a person, helped me see things in a wider perspective. I thought that was... Last quarter was a pretty good quarter between me and you in terms of communication.
Good. I'm glad. Yeah. I mean, that's probably mine. I think it was the second time that we ended up talking. It was when everything hit the fan for you. I was very glad to have someone who was so receptive. Because I told you that when I had rough patches in the past in my life, I didn't necessarily go to anyone, and maybe that's a mistake of mine. But in you coming to me, I was able to reciprocate and give that experience to someone else, and I'm very glad for that. So, is there anything we have left to do in our time together? Is there anything we have left to do in our time together from my point of view? I really want to play one more game of Ultimate with you, because I know with your bum knee, like,
Yeah.
And I know I don't need to tell you this, but I sorely wish that you would have been able to play sectionals. What is one thing on your bucket list?
Make a bucket list.
Bruh! Bruh!
Alright. One thing that is really on my bucket list is probably to be able to travel to Europe. I've never really been, and I was actually looking at a study abroad that was going to be in Nottingham.
Okay.
But I never really I didn't end up following through with it. Right now I'm looking at either staying here next year's summer or go abroad.
Go abroad.
But yeah, probably.
One thing on my bucket list. I was just thinking about this today, actually. And it's more of a short-term bucket list. One of the things I want to do before I leave Davis. Do you know the stairwell in Death Star? In the Death Star?
I haven't been in the Death Star.
Dog! Okay, so there's a stairwell that's pretty high. I think it's 5 or 6 stories. 5 or 6, floors. But I was just there, actually. That was the office hours that I was just getting back from. The last, flight, the last level is, it's glass doored, so you can't get up in it, and they put, flat panels on the gate, so you can't climb on the outside and climb up. But I'm going to find a way. I'm going to do it. Favorite produce?
Favorite produce? Probably have to be apples.
Apples?
Everything related to apples, because they're really crisp, and they're always sweet. And I can split them in half with my hands, and it's great.
Really?
Brag.
Ah.
But
Push up on camera. No. Favorite produce? I said beets last week. I mean, I like beets, but...
Should you pick a fruit this time?
Yeah. I love the fruit. Cantaloupe?
Cantaloupe.
I love cantaloupe. Is there something you want to tell yourself in 5 or 10 years? Future Ambrose? And you pick a timeline, so I know.
This is a hard one, though.
Then I go to the next one?
Yeah.
Come back to it?
We'll come back to it.
Do you have a shout out?
I
Okay,
have a
wait,
shout-
that's last. Do you have a question you would like to ask me, / do you want to pick and choose from my sparse small list here?
I'll pick and choose. Best class, worst class.
Okay. Best class, worst class.
Alright.
Best class, Geology 1, John Naliboff. I didn't expect to enjoy the class nearly as much as I did, and that was actually one of the classes I probably didn't need to take any notes for, because just listening to him lecture was just such an experience. He was so passionate about the class, and I actually retained almost 100% of that information. And I loved it. Worst class. Oh, man. Econ?
Econ.
But I mean, I'm a little bit biased here because Econ 1B, one of the 1 series, A or B. It was when I had first started working sophomore year, and I decided, hey, I don't need to go into any lectures. And so I was
Nice.
I was at the market every Wednesday night when class was until week 7 when the market closed. It was in the fall. And I ended up getting a D- in that class, and it was the only time that I really hit the low there. But I ended up retaking it later. I passed with an A plus question mark, so it fixed it on my GPA. But worst class just because I honestly felt so bad. Best
Yeah.
worst class.
Best class, Chem 2A with Enderly.
Oh, I hear Enderly's really good though.
Yes, Enderly is really good.
Jealous.
I mean, the general chemistry series in general is pretty fun for me. I mean, I'm a chemie, so.
Yeah, it should be. I hope.
But yeah, completely opposite from you. Yeah, I mean, chemistry is one of those things that comes naturally to me. It's kind of dependent on how I learn it. It's more conceptual and applicatory, if that's even a word.
Applicable.
Applicable.
Hey.
There we go. Yeah, I like being able to do the labs. I think the labs helped a lot in understanding chemistry in general.
Worst class.
Worst class would have to be bio. This 2A.
Oh.
The only bio section that I had to take, and then I was stuck there with Singer,
That blows.
and I don't know. Like, bio is not my thing.
Really?
Bio is not my thing. I am not the kind of person who likes to memorize things and just spit it back out. But that class sucked. I got by with a C minus. Or actually, no, I got by with a B minus somehow.
Nice. Hey.
Yeah, it was a B minus because somehow his curve was actually really well. Like, it was a really nice curve. I don't remember my percent, but I just remember the grade because I was like,
Take
I
it.
got through bio. But
So what are you telling yourself? And what is the time frame? 5?
time frame, probably 5. Can't really think that far to 10.
That's fine. I can't
But
count
yeah.
to 10. Ha ha! Finger joke.
Jokes.
So 5 years,
Right.
Ambrose.
In 5 years, I probably tell myself about, I don't know, we'll see. If I'm definitely gonna try to get through college and stay with chemical engineering no matter how hard it is. And in 5 years, I don't think it would be more of a scold. It would be more of like trying to push myself forward to keep going. It's probably gonna be more like, you got through being a chemical engineer, you got through 4 years of college, and like just keep going through. Like you always say, don't warn the disc. Or apparently you picked that up from Santa Barbara.
I did.
But yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm gonna definitely tell myself that you can't quit no matter how hard it gets. My parents have taught me that also. It's just, you keep going. Things don't just stop because something bad happened in your timeline. So like if I ever ended up like in another rough patch, then I tell myself just keep going, and then see where it leads you.
Good. That's good. That's a solid thing. You had that done.
One step at a time.
One step at a time.
One step at a time.
Considering you got a bum knee right now, one step at a time.
Definitely one step at a time. Going down the stairs is one step at a time. It's very difficult.
Yeah. Shoutouts. So I know you like to say hello.
Shoutouts. I'd like to thank everyone who helped me for all my injuries. So last year I got in my bike accident, so I lost use of my right hand, and I had a lot of help in the DC getting my food. My various 6 plates of food every meal at the DC.
Nice. Okay.
Also like to thank everyone who's helped me with my knee. I've needed people to help me get lunch for the past couple weeks because I couldn't hold it because I was on crutches. But this week's been starting last week, it's been getting better. So I've been able to walk again, or hobble. Levy, for helping me get through the rough patch, for being a good teacher, good captain, just helping me get through everything, teaching the mechanics of Frisbee, and also apparently the mechanics of life, in addition to that.
You're welcome, but okay.
I mean, you got some good, what's it called? Like
life lessons, like
yeah, you got some life lessons to teach.
like color your nails.
That was a good day. That was a good dinner.
I'm glad.
I like that one.
We've got one more dinner, and we've got the frisbee formal.
Yeah.
So we've got at least 2 dinners.
My parents.
Parents.
There were a couple of times when I had issues with class and I was just struggling, and called them up and they gave me a pep talk and they put me back on track.
Good.
So definitely parents putting me through college.
Yeah.
Helping me fund whatever I need in college.
Real time.
Oh man, college is expensive. 5% for the next 5 years.
Yeah, I feel. Yeah,
That
I'm glad I'm
sounds
getting
suck.
out before that. I'm so
Ah.
sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that blows.
To the team,
Hey.
I really appreciate everyone who's been coming out. I mean, it basically is everyone who's been coming out who started fall quarter. That's really nice, especially compared to last year. I mean, I was a freshman last year, but I was definitely one of the 5 people who kept coming out.
That's right.
And, I mean, it's really nice to know that everyone's still committed to the game, and we're a family now. We're not just a team, we're more like a family. We help each other out, we support each other, ups and downs, anything that comes. And it's only been a year.
That's
I mean, for you, it's only been 2 quarters, and I mean, you're basically, you are in the family already. But definitely the team.
It's a good team.
It's really nice to know that everyone's getting along. Everyone's responding to my invites for setting up events and stuff now after several weeks of no response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Definitely a shout out to the team.
Puppies. Davis puppies.
Davis puppies.
Good.
This will be I really hope this year ends well.
Senior is going to end well. I mean, I believe you choose how things go. You get dealt some cards, but you determine how they're played. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be a good year. All right.